Hey everyone, Steven for Futurelooks.com, and we're on the floor of CES 2015 in Las Vegas, visiting with our pals at Inwind. Now, one of the cases that we have seen previously, which is, I guess, one of the signature cases of 2014 for Inwind, was the S-Frame right here, which we saw at Computex. Now, this case has finally hit the retail market at around $1,000, which is a lot of money. And they're also bringing out this new gold color a little bit later on this year. But one of the questions that the community has always had about this case is whether or not this technology that's in this case, the bending, all the effort, is it even practical? Can it be applied to other cases at a more affordable price point? Well, it appears we're about to answer that question at this show. So one of the first cases that Inwind has created that benefits directly from the technology discovered in building the S-Frame is this new concept case here, which is called the S-Box, not Xbox, S-Box. Now this is still a concept case that they will be hopefully shipping after Computex, so they're still working on a few things, but I'd like to point out some of the details that make this case so unique. For example, the bending in the S-Frame has followed this case over here with the construction of the actual chassis itself. You can see the bends on top here. That's directly from the S-Frame's technology, which is the special bending, the special machine that they need at the factory to make these bends so perfect. The other thing that they've kind of trickled down from some of their other cases that are more high level, concept level, is the side panel right here. This looks a lot like the 904, and they've taken it and put it on this case here, but they've refined it in a way where, for example, in the 904, when you undid all the screws, the panel would actually fall off. They've actually discovered that the best way to deal with that is just to put some clips at the bottom here. So you only screw the top two, and the bottom keeps the bottom clips down here keep it shut, allowing it to kind of stay in place when you open up the panel so that you don't have any accidents, right? In terms of cooling and everything, they've allocated space for a 360mm radiator at the top, 240 at the front, and 120s and 120s at the back and at the bottom here. So you have a lot of different cooling options, both with air and with water cooling solutions. And plus, they've given you a lot more space than the 904 and the 901, where you can put the largest graphics cards, pretty much any dream system you can put into this case here. And they've manufactured everything out of aluminum, which is very high quality. This is one of the colors that they'll be coming out with, which is the red and black motif, but they're still taking feedback on which colors to actually bring to market. So if you want to be part of that process, make sure you comment down here somewhere. Some of the other new technology is actually on the back of the case, so let's flip around and have a look at that. Now on the back of the S-Box concept case is a couple of other unique features that they put into the case to make it easier to put in that custom water loop. So you'll notice on the top here, there's two 5¼ inch bays, but this plate up here is actually accessible via a few screws. I know a lot of you like to use bay-mounted water cooling reservoirs, and this actually facilitates that because you can fill it from the top here. So they've thought about what kind of things that you're actually going to be doing with the case when you want to build a water cooling solution, and they put those features in as a priority for you guys. The other thing, of course, is storage, and the drive bays are actually down here. You'll see that you get 6 drive bays back here that fit both 3½ inch and 2½ inch drives. And the ventilation for those drives is even filtered. One of the things that Inwind discovered is that with the back panel on cases like the 901, 904, and of course the S-Frame, being that they're glass, it's very difficult to really make a pretty how should I say, pretty cable management design in the back there, because it's just so hard to get all those zip ties to line up, all those cables to wind properly together. So they've decided not to put a glass back panel on here, instead going to a traditional aluminum. So as you can see, because you can hide all this stuff, it's much easier to make a clean looking case in the front than it is in the back. And they've still allocated about 2 fingers width of cable management space so that you can really tidy up everything behind this aluminum panel right here. So one of the other things that Inwind is known for is the variety of choices and cases that people have to purchase from them. For example, last year the company brought out the 7 series case, which is the 707 here and the 703 case here. But for people who are looking for something just a little bit more elegant or even different, they brought out the 503, which uses a glass front panel versus the aluminum front panel on the 7 Series. This panel flips down to reveal the optical bay and flips back up when you're done with it. The case itself is very similar to the 703 beside it and will carry the same MSRP of about $79 at retail. Now, the other thing that Inwin is really well known for are their power supplies. In their PowerMan lineup, they've got 2 new power supplies launching for CES 2015, which includes the 1200 watt version and the 1000 watt version. Now, these aren't modular, so they are going to be hitting a lower price point, but they still offer 80 plus bronze certification, which means that they will outrun some of the biggest systems out there. But in order to save costs, they've just simply taken away the modular cabling and they've made them just a little bit more simple. They are hoping to target a more affordable premium market of users who are just looking for the specs and higher quality, but don't need all the other bells and whistles. In terms of pricing, they're hoping to surprise you when they finally release that just a little bit later on this year. Inwin is also known for some really out-of-the-box, high-level kind of concept products, and one of the things that have come out of the Skunkworks is this product right here. This is their wrist rest product, which basically was needed by some of their designers, so they decided to design one here. It basically elevates your wrists right off the desk. This is a concept that they hope to bring out a little bit later on this year, but one concept that has finally made it off the drawing board is this guy right here. This is called the Inwin Pro 1, which is a really unique looking headphone stand that they're targeting for around the $35 price point. It comes in this green and black version right here, which is, you know, kind of NVIDIA-esque. And they also have a more gamer-centric red, black, and white configuration right here. It's got protection for your headband. It's got aluminum construction, and it'll definitely look really unique on your desktop. It look really unique. It has brand new for CES 2015 in Las Vegas. I'm Steven for Futurelooks.com. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you again.